Hello, everyone. Welcome to your weekly dose of woo, where we do 30 minutes of spiritual badassery to make sure that you are taken care of. Because let's be honest, we would not schedule this unless it was routine, because we are all busy, fabulous, and wonderful entrepreneurs who do not have time to pussyfoot around. So the class today is political, but it's political in general. So in the United States, yesterday, we got our voting results. And whether you find this amazing or life ruining, there is self-care that comes with change. That so many people are like, your self-care will stay the same all the time. No, it won't. Your self-care should change with the presidential election. And a lot of people forget to breathe. We all hold our breath for an entire day during election day. We all do it. Is it what's going to happen? And that's absolutely understandable. Now that it's over, you need to take deep breaths. You need to breathe. You need to drink water. You need to do all the self-care and be very gentle with yourself. Because whether you're elated or find this to be the worst thing ever, you still need to process those feelings. And that's the next part, is stopping. Completely full stop and just process. If you need to curl up in a little burrito bun and cry, do that. If you need to celebrate, do that. So many people right now, because of how polarized this election was, are using it as a hall pass, a free pass to hate, to prejudice, to, well, you voted this way, so I can never like you again. You voted. That's not the point. The point is, what are you going to do with this energy? What are you going to manifest with this energy? And the first thing you have to do is take care of yourself to be able to manifest adequately what you want to out of this situation. This is not the end of the world. This is a jumping off point to move forward. So after you have stopped and had all your feelings, whether celebrating or crying or anything like that, you're going to move your body. Not going to lie, before I started this Zoom, I turned on music, and I am here with Ginny and Joe, and they are with Aligned Public Speaking. They are fabulous. And what I love about them, for those of you who don't know, whenever we start at one of their events, they have music going. And every time I stand up, I don't care if I have a dance partner or not. I get into it. Move your body. Go outside barefoot if it is weather appropriate, and walk and ground. Move your body with dancing, sing, do yoga, do something. Move your body to get rid of all that stuck energy, because you were holding your breath for an entire day, possibly an entire season, while this election was going on. And then the next thing you're going to do, these are all in order, by the way. I want you to do them effectively. So many people jump around because it's chaotic. Whether positive or negative, we're in a very chaotic energy. Nope, this is ABC. It's late. This is made stupid simple. We don't want you to fuck it up. We just want you to be happy. And so the next thing is to plan. Well, why do we have to plan? Whether positive or negative, you have to plan. So a lot of people in business, because we're all entrepreneurs, we're all trying to be as successful as possible and manifest abundance for ourselves. What the hard truth is the year of an election, the economy changes. No matter what, people spend less money. It is fact. It's a statistic. Then the economy changes because we have a different president. The economy will change. You need to plan for that financially. Again, whether positive or negative, being financially literate is one of the most overlooked forms of self-care. It is so sad to see. I will take a bubble bath. I will cry. I will do shadow work. What's your bank account balance? Like, you should know that. That's a huge part of self-care, is knowing how much money you have. Because let's be honest, it's going to hurt, but let's be honest. We are in a capitalist society. We are in a consumerism society. No one is giving you eggs for your woolen blanket. There is no trade. Everyone's doing it for money, so you better know how much money you have. And then you plan. The stock market changes with an election. Look at your investments. These are things that people forget as they're in this chaotic energy, as they are planning. What are your next 4 years going to look like? How is it changing for you? Again, I don't care if it's positive or negative. If you perceive it as positive or negative, you need to be in control of you. No one else has control of you except you. Your soul is free. That's the point of being a soul. You just have a human vessel. And obviously we all have to follow laws. No matter what your soul says, killing cats is not nice. So don't be that person. And if you are, please seek help. No shame, little questioning. A lot of judgment, but no shame. So be aware of what your soul needs during this time. If you are too overwhelmed to handle anything, distract yourself. I am currently watching Bosch on Prime, and it makes me happy because it is like, it's a perfectly fine show, but it's pointless for me. Like, it is, I'm not horribly invested in what this rogue police officer is doing. This is not like a fantasy series where I'm like, no, I have favorites. Or the Great British Bake Show, which I cannot watch lightly. That's a commitment for me. I still have favorites from seasons, like, and people who I don't like from seasons. Like, no, that's not a cash. I know a lot of people watch it for fun. That is my football. That is my Super Bowl. That is my, come on, Nadia, you got this. Woo, woo, woo. I will scream at my TV. So that for me is something that I avoid. If you know something's going to stress you out or distract you from planning, don't do that. If you need to be distracted and take time, watch something silly, take care of yourself, follow your finances. Here is the big warning. There are certain things that should not suffer because of temporary emotions. We're all emotional. I don't know many people who are about this election. There are some, bless your cotton socks, for not being totally emotionally invested. I do not have that level of disconnect. Your sobriety is not worth this. Your business is not worth this. Your diet and your health, your physical body are not worth this. Don't let these temporary emotions be the thing that derails you. Because several people are like, this is the hardest thing in my sobriety journey. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that must be a horrible stressor. Please keep your sobriety. You've worked so hard for it. For people who are really trying to take care of their bodies, they're like, oh my God, I ate all the Oreos last night. I'm like, don't let this be the thing that screws you over. And so many people, let's be honest, us fabulous professional and successful entrepreneurs make a knee-jerk reaction. I know so many colleagues who immediately changed their stock portfolio within the last 24 hours. And I'm like, you want to give it a beat? No, we're going to do it now. And I'm like, it's your money. Do what you want. But rash decisions during this time of change, during this chaotic shift of energy, are something to be aware of, are something to work with, and not have any rash decisions that could derail your life. Instead, look at it as something that is new and exciting. Pick your own adventure. You are set in a situation that you may or may not have wanted. Decide how you're going to handle it. That's all you can do. You are just in control of you. Talk to trusted friends, because right now everything is so polarized that, no, I have several people who don't have my spiritual beliefs, let alone political beliefs. Those are not the people who I'm going to be like, I need a cookie, or I want to talk about this. No, you talk to the trusted people who share your views right now. This is not the time to prove everyone right or wrong. I know tons of you are diehard debaters, and you want to take this volatile time to be like, let's hold a forum and debate to the death. No. Talk to people who support you and you support them, and support each other. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is biohacking. I love this. I've always loved this. I love science and spirituality. They go hand in hand. I don't care what anyone says. If anyone's like, woo is just woo. No, it's not. I am currently writing a TED Talk called The Science of Belief, because it is scientifically backed how you can manifest and have a better life. And so hack your brain. So dopamine is the to-do brain chemical. Do tiny tasks. Do tiny tasks. There is currently a filing project on my floor off camera, because before I went onto this, I wanted to be in a I can do anything mindset. So I played music and I filed like notes from 2 years ago. So do tiny tasks to make sure that you're getting the dopamine hit, and then you can grow it and do more and more tasks so that you feel like you've accomplished something and done something. This includes running errands. Run your errands. I did a huge grocery haul yesterday because I knew that I needed that big dopamine hit from myself. Cuddles. Happy cuddles with you and C. Cuddles.
We got that part covered.
Love. It's a great way to have the oxytocin raise and just cuddling. And if you do not have a person, I swear to God, go to a dog shelter. There will be a cute little puppy, a raggedy old alley cat that needs some loving, and just sit there and pet it and be like, I'm here at least for 5 more minutes. And that's fine. You can find these things. Because a huge problem is that people go, well, I don't have anyone to cuddle with. You do. You do. Everyone's got a animal shelter. Everyone's got a family member. My mother, fun story, my mother doesn't like human contact as much as I do. I'm a very touchy-feely person with the people that I love. She is not. A few years ago, I had my tonsils out, and it was a really dangerous surgery for me because of complications. She sat on the other end of the couch from me, and I was like curled up in a ball in pain. And she shoots her foot out, and I get to hold on to her ankle because that's what she can handle. And we have done it ever since. When we are sitting on a couch together, we will sit on opposite ends, and she will shoot a leg at me. And I have never felt so loved as been given an ankle shoved at me because she's like, I know you need this, and this is what I can offer. And I get to cling to her ankle like the ball and chain that I am and just be like, thank you. I'm happy. I get an ankle. So there are ways to do things. Cuddle with your pets, cuddle with people. It is okay. And then watch cartoons, like watch happy things, do happy things, like just do silly things. I have a coloring book out. Do happy little things just to give yourself like little warm fuzzies. And then the last thing is, if you can do this without indulgence, allergies are great, everybody. Woohoo! I can tell. I am in Minnesota. It has started to become wet weird outside. So, also, if you're doing self-care, make sure that you're taking your antihistamines during allergy season, as I am reminded right now that I have not yet today. So be very aware of the little indulgences that you can give yourself. If you're not going to be impulsive, so like don't eat the entire tray of cookies, but like if you want a cookie, if you want to buy something on Amazon, if you want to give yourself a little treat just to like have something little and special, yes, do it. If you know that you're not going to do retail therapy, because so many people out there, that's why we do warnings, because in reality, not everyone is the same. I don't do retail therapy, but I have tons of clients who do. And they're like, oh no, I just went out and I spent $500. I'm like, on what? And they're like, I just went to TJ Maxx for funsies. And I'm like, rent is next week though. And no, okay. So it be very, again, your finances, your financial health will determine your health in so many ways. So if you want to get yourself something nice, absolutely. If you are not the kind of person who can handle that kind of impulse, avoid it like the plague. Don't even open Amazon until Black Friday deals. Okay, just ignore it until you are ready to handle that level of intensity. So instead of doing one exercise at the end of this, this is your list. Breathe, drink water, do self-care, stop and have feelings, and then move and ground and go outside and attempt to get natural light. If you can't tell, I do not get natural light nearly enough, which I'm okay with. I am a vampire. I am not meant to see daylight. I crisp so hard in the daylight. And so be able to get, so like I'll wear a big sun hat when I go outside. I will. Which, side note, I found one at Dillard's. I found a giant sun hat at Dillard's that I now have and can travel with. I'm very excited about that. That was a hurdle that Ginny and Joe helped me to realize that I needed to overcome when we were in New Orleans together. When I realized I was like outside with no hat on, and I'm like, I am crispy. And so they gave me a giant sun hat, and I was like, oh, I need this in my life. This is perfect. Look at the shoulders. They're staying pale. Nothing hurt. Nothing is bright red and lobster-esque. It was fabulous. So I do appreciate the hat tip. Go forth and make sure that you're checking on your finances. You're distracting yourself as you need to, and you're getting the brain chemicals in that order. Do it in order. So many people cock block their own success, their happiness, and their abundance and their business because they're not doing things in order. They're like, I want to do the last one. No, you're going to do the first 15 steps, and then you're going to get to the last one, okay? So go forth, have an amazing day, take care of yourself. And if you want to, bop in the comments what your favorite part about this self-care during change is.